Welcome to episode 6 of 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, and I'm joined by a special guest co-host, Shannon Lee.
Hi.
So excited to have you. Shannon, you have a podcast called The Thing Is.
Yes, ding.
I've been on it. So exciting.
I have been looking forward to this since before you even started this show.
I know. We've been 90 Day Fiancé friends. We've been catfish friends for so long. Shannon has her hands in so many podcasts. You're a producer extraordinaire, doing so many things here. You're working at Gas Digital.
Yeah.
Really exciting stuff.
Yeah, and the problem here, there's about 50 men that I work with on a daily basis, and after a new episode comes out, I come in, I'm like, I just want to talk about it.
Right.
I have no one, everyone's like, stop talking about this.
You know, it's funny, though, because I do another podcast called Teen Mom Trash Talk, and that I could only talk to women about.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like 90 Day Fiancé is something that we could really talk to everyone about.
It's spreading.
Yeah.
It's spreading. I'm seeing more people start to talk about it.
Sure.
But like my co-host on my show wants nothing to do with it.
Really?
So I hate it. Yeah.
Wow, he's really missing out.
He really is. I feel like you should just come in his place.
That's fine. I understand. I could actually come into your workplace and we could just chat every day if you'd like.
I would actually enjoy that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm down for that. It's $50 an hour. It's not a big deal.
You just bill me.
We're here to talk about season 6, episode 7. But the thing is, if you're watching it on the app and if you're watching it on TV, it's different. So we went through this.
Yeah.
And it's just, so I don't know. I don't even know what episode it is. But you know what it's called? Flirting with Disaster.
That's the right one.
That's what we do know.
Also, I don't know how you watch it on the app because you have to sit through like 47 hours of commercials.
Okay, so I'm very poor. So I watch it on the app and I use my friend's login.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to tell you, because today I had to watch so many episodes and yesterday I watched so many episodes of all of my shows, I'm thinking about maybe even getting cable.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh my God.
I don't do that.
I don't know if I'm there yet.
You know how much time you would save,
I'm going to save a lot of time.
The commercials are crazy.
Well, it's the commercials, and then it's also something that annoys me about TLC is the previews.
Yeah.
And then the post views. And then last week on 90 Day Fiancé, I mean, if you took that all out, the show is really like probably 50 minutes. Meanwhile, these episodes are 86 minutes long.
Yeah, I know.
But they're not.
And then also there's those, I don't know if you're seeing them on the app, but like the other episodes that happen in between episodes, it's like More to Love, Extended, where it's just the same episode again with like extra stuff in there.
I'm not sure.
I just feel like, why don't you just release that one then? Like release the one with all the stuff.
Right.
And then we'll wait till next week.
Absolutely.
It's very weird.
It is very strange. Also, they had the tell-all.
Yeah.
And I cannot stand Michelle Collins.
Is that the
host?
lady?
No, the host that hosts the tell-alls. It was an episode before this one, actually, or two episodes before this one.
Bigger lady?
She's like a giant.
Yeah. No,
and she's a stand-up comic.
Really?
And she's so unfunny, and she interrupts everyone.
Yeah, and the production on that, not great.
Low quality. Low quality.
Bad, yeah.
And I mean, she'll have people on Skype, and obviously, you know, when you Skype in, you have to use headphones.
Yeah.
And usually I've Skyped into shows before, they tell you hide your headphones. And people are like sharing like one iPhone headphone, the couples. And she's like, hey guys, love your headphones. And it's like, oh, that's so
for a little while.
awkward.
It's very weird.
So we're here to talk about season 6, episode 7, ? It's called Flirting with Disaster. Olga is upset with Steven's attitude. Lita tells Eric's daughter to move out. Colt and Larissa look at wedding venues. Ashley confronts Jay about his untrustworthy behavior. Fernanda meets Jonathan's skeptical mom. And Kaylani tests Asuelo's parenting. So we're going to start off with Colt and Larissa.
Great.
Let me tell you something. Larissa is really moving up in this family right now because she gets to sit in the front seat.
That's true.
And that's really nice.
Yeah, but she sits in the front seat with her spritzing fan because she's slowly dying in the heat.
How would you feel? Have you been to Vegas?
I have, like 5 or 6 times. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What temperature was it around when you went?
About 1 billion degrees.
Right, 1,000,003,000, I think it was when I went there.
So.
See, I live in New York. You live in New York. We have pretty harsh summers.
Yeah,
right.
nice.
It's like humid. It goes up to like, I would say like a hot summer here. It's like 90.
Yeah. It goes to maybe 103 on like one day.
Right, but like and then you're like, oh God, this was like the hottest day of the year. But in general, like a hot summer day is like 90, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a car in New York City on a hot summer day, 90 degrees, no air conditioning, car windows rolled up?
I mean, when let's say you go to the beach or something,
right.
when you get back into the car, it is unbearable.
Yeah, you can't get in the car.
Crazy.
You burn yourself.
And culty, if you will,
yeah.
is he's a large man. There's
he's a large woman.
You're right. Like we never see like
he's a regular sized man. He's a voluptuous woman.
We never see like sweat stains under his boobs or anything.
Why doesn't that man sweat? He wears long sleeve shirts and pants,
and also very high socks.
he wears pants, like he dresses like business casual every day.
Yeah,
not a sweat stain.
I know, I don't understand it.
In the winter, right? Today it's pretty cold today, right? It's like, I don't know, 35 degrees. I was chilly on the way here. I still sweat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm also a sweater.
Yeah.
And he nothing. He loves it.
He's like, this is the best thing that ever happened to me.
But Debbie also, no problem
with it. No sweat. She doesn't even sweat her eyebrows off. They stay right there, on the corners, on the outer corners of her eyes. So they're gonna go eat at a Brazilian steakhouse. I don't know about you. Have you been to a Brazilian steakhouse?
I have. And it's like, is this really authentic Brazilian cuisine?
Well, there's a waterfall. There's a waterfall.
I know. That makes it okay. And
Debbie really liked it.
And some like palm tree-ish looking plants. Right? That's all it takes.
It looked like an early bird buffet that they were at. I was like, wow, this is a very, what was it, like 12 in the afternoon when they went to the Brazilian steakhouse?
Yeah, and apparently very expensive.
Very $50 a head almost.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
That's weird though, that it's $50 a head.
For unlimited, it's all you can eat meat.
Yeah, I guess. I haven't paid when I've gone.
Right. Because you're a princess.
Yeah.
Well, so when you went, I've never been, but I've heard so many things about it. Like my boyfriend went without me.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. So I've been dreaming about a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, they're everywhere. The ones in the city are on the more expensive. In Queens. They're all over in Queens.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
I'm going to have to check it out.
There's also, I went to one in Jersey recently. I can't remember the name of it. But they give you this like coaster looking thing. Mm-hmm. One side's green, one side's red.
Right.
And you just stick that in front of you. Green.
And you tell them when they want more meat.
Yep.
I want all the meat.
Yeah, it's great.
Also, when I went to Cancun, Mexico, I'm not trying to brag, they had the same cut of like top sirloin, just like they have in the steakhouse. And I really loved it. And I went to my butcher and I was like, hey, I went to Cancun, not a big deal. But there was this cut of meat. And he was like, oh, that's a very, very good cut of meat. But like, we don't usually carry that.
Oh, boo.
And, when I saw them eating it, oh my God. Debbie's cooking food, Larissa's not happy with it.
No salt, no sauce.
No salty, no saucy. She said that Debbie cooks hospital food.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
I'm not totally surprised.
Not at all.
Debbie looks like a cook in a hospital. I think that would be a perfect job for her.
Yeah, I can see her with like a hairnet.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Debbie should get a job. Let's talk about that.
Well, she's disabled somehow because they mention this often.
Really?
That she's disabled in some way, or I don't know because I don't want to skip ahead. Am I allowed to mention
okay.
something?
Yeah, of course.
So, in the most recent episode when the big blowout happens between Larissa and Cult's cousin or whatever, he's like, oh, poor Debbie, like she's so old and she's disabled. So
she's not that old, right?
No, she's like 65 or something.
She's literally a year older than my mom. My mom works full time and she's a young, she's a spring chicken, my mother.
Yeah. I want to know what her disability is because they don't say.
Well, she could drive. Maybe she could do some Uber because she does drive Colt to and from work.
That's right. Every single
with the
day.
You think that how many stars would she get with no air conditioning?
No, negative. It's crazy.
With no air conditioning and no front teeth in.
Did you ever? Does she have teeth? Did you ever look into that?
So when they did the tell-all kind of thing, like where they were in the studio with Michelle Collins, she had top teeth, and I think maybe she just put them in for that episode,
for a special occasion.
Yeah, just like like a weekend tooth kind of thing. They must film this during the weekdays all the time. So she does have the top teeth. I mean, I'm thinking that's why she eats so much stew.
No, but you got to chew through like tough meat in a stew.
No, in a stew, if you cook it long enough, it falls apart. Very stringy meat.
Yeah, I guess my mom might cook similar to Debbie.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's always chewy meat in the stew.
Yeah, you have to cook a stew for so long. Do you cook?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an Instant Pot. Have you seen this? An Insta
Yes,
Pot?
Ralph has one. Yeah.
I love it. I've been cooking everything in it. You can make stew. Usually when you make stew, I make stew, it takes like 6 hours to make, or maybe even longer because I use short ribs sometimes. If you use the Insta Pot, you can cook a stew in an hour.
That's amazing. It's
we got to get Debbie an Instapot.
I think that's perfect.
Or your mom.
Instapots for everybody.
What are you going to get her for Christmas?
I have no idea.
Get her an Instapot.
This is great.
It's an amazing.
Solving all my problems.
Oh my
right
God,
now.
you're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Also, I feel like I don't know when your birthday is.
April 16th.
We need to bring you to a Brazilian steakhouse.
I can't wait. I'm going to be 35 this year. So I'm probably going to have a surprise party that I planned myself. That's what I did for my 25th too.
$50 a head.
I don't know. That's a lot of money. So Deb's never had lamb before, which just blows my mind. Lamb's my favorite meat.
I don't like lamb.
Really?
Yeah.
Too gamey.
The smell of it turns me off, and I can't get past it.
So I'll tell you something disgusting. That does not bother me, clearly. My uncle was a firefighter, and we used to make lamb on Easter when my family talked to him, and he came over and we were making lamb, and he said that the smell of lamb smells like the same smell that when human meat cooks, meaning when like a person's burning in a fire.
I mean, are you trying to talk me into eating lamb?
No, I mean, I guess that's why I love it so much. So Deb's never had lamb, and she tells Colty and Larissa E that she's never had lamb, and Colt says, and here's a quote, "Tonight's the lucky night."
So weird.
Oh man, $50 a person. I can't believe it. So is her family coming to the wedding? No. Why?
The flight's too
The
long.
flight's too long.
Don't worry about the price.
Larissa,
not important.
Is it? Don't worry about the price. Free flights, just very long. Do you think that maybe Larissa's family's not coming because, number one, they can't afford it?
I think that has something to do with it. I think they're not they're not interested.
Right. They're like, yeah, you're going to go there. You're going to get your citizenship. Yeah, just send us back money.
Right.
Like, Godspeed.
Yeah, and I mean, look, maybe she's not really even a family person. She doesn't have her kid.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too. Do you think that maybe her dad can't come because he's busy raising her infant baby?
Is it an infant?
She has like a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. Don't quote me on that, but they're young children. She's not that old.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know. I think they've just all kind of checked out. That is crazy that they're so young.
But, even though, I mean, listen, she looks like a hooker. We love her.
I do love her.
She dresses like a hooker. But, for having 2 kids.
Yeah, she's great.
She looks good. You think that she had a little nip tuck?
Probably, because I don't know if I saw this on Instagram or if it was on the show, but she does mention wanting to bring Colty back to Brazil to do some sort of surgery.
Tits.
Was it that?
To get his tits done, or?
No, I don't know if it was that or like a tummy tuck. I think it was a tummy tuck.
For her or for him?
For him.
Really?
Yeah. She wants to go to Brazil.
He should get a breast lift.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice. They're a good size. You don't need an implant. You just need a lift.
Crazy to me how large his boobs are.
It makes me feel bad about myself.
Yes, it makes me feel inadequate.
Yeah, because I'm like,
gross.
Why does he have big breasts and I don't?
No.
Why are they? I mean, like I said, they're saggy, but the thing is about big breasts is that they do sag sometimes.
They don't even sag that. Like
they don't sag as much as my small ones do.
They have like a good firmness.
They do.
Them.
He looks very. He looks like a Tempur-Pedic mattress, a little bit, like a lumpy one. So Colt is avoiding talking about the wedding.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'm wondering if he kind of just wants to ride this out for the 3 months, have a good time,
right,
and send her back.
Is he having a good time?
Here's something else.
Sure.
On one of the after show things, Debbie did say that off camera they have a great time together. That
sure,
she
did. But I think Debbie's also very scared of her.
So she's like reading off a cue card.
Yeah, she's like, I have a great time with Larissa when the cameras aren't there.
She's great.
Well, I'll tell you this. So I interviewed Kale from Teen Mom last night. And it was a really, really long interview. But I got to tell you, something that she said, this is for my other podcast, Teen Mom Trash Talk, shameless plug. She said that they literally film for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? She said some days they film like 5 to 6 days a week, and then sometimes and they just show up. Mm-hmm. A lot of it's not scheduled.
Right.
She said, so you're filming for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and they're cutting it down to 5 minutes.
Right.
You're seeing 5 minutes after you film for weeks. So, this is the same kind of thing that's going on here.
Right.
And, they're not going to show a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to see Debbie having a good time. I want to see Debbie crying into her stew.
It's true because I feel like you and I have talked about this before. I don't think that you watched the Married at First Sight series.
No, I haven't.
But they're... I totally forgot where I was going with that.
We were talking about, who knows what we're talking about. Are we here?
I can cut that out for you.
No, leave it in.
Married at First Sight. Oh, so with Married at First Sight, they have them come back. They have 2 side series is happening right now. One is Married at First Sight Honeymoon Island.
Okay, so there's little spin-offs. Sure.
Yeah, and the other one is Married at First Sight Happily Ever After, where like they're knocked up now, and they're going through their pregnancy. The knocked up one is boring as shit because
everything's good.
Yeah, they're already together. They're having a baby, and it's like this. Why am I watching this? I don't
totally
want to see people
understand.
Be happy.
So Teen Mom OG has been on the air for like 10 years now, and right now the girls have money. You know, they're a lot of them are doing okay.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch it. Mm-hmm. I want to see you struggle.
Exactly.
I want to see you on the struggle bus. I want to see your car break down. You're on the side of the road. Producers won't help you. Yeah. I want to see you crying. I want to see you get beaten. Yeah. I mean, I want to see the good stuff.
Yeah, getting locked up. I love it.
Oh, please. Even more than getting beaten. I love a good jail.
Yes.
So he's avoiding the wedding totally. She said that before she got here, they were talking about it all the time. Right. Now that she's here, he avoids it. But Deb doesn't want them to get married.
I wonder if it's. I feel like they focus on money so much, especially Deb.
Right.
And so maybe they don't want to talk about it because they're trying to avoid just dealing with all the money that Larissa wants to spend on the wedding.
Okay, so do you think that Larissa's really looking to spend all this money on things, or do you think like I talked about in the last episode, you know, he said that she wants me to buy all these things. Like she wants a car with air conditioning. She wants a couch. Like these are regular things.
These are necessities in life.
She wants 10 people to come to her wedding for $50 a head. She wants a $500 wedding.
You know, when she lists all the people.
And she's like, okay, your mommy, his brother, his wifey. That was my favorite. So I don't know. Deb doesn't want them to get married. Do you think that they have, I don't think they have money, but do you think that they have I think that they're okay.
Yeah, I think because
he's just cheap.
Yeah, because they have that joint account. So I think they're probably like saving money in they're frugal about life in general. So they probably have a nice savings.
Right. You think that they have a nice savings?
It's something decent, maybe like 25 grand or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, he did have a $10,000 budget for the car, which was not bad.
Yeah.
But instead they just have the little.
Yeah, I think they're good.
You think they're just cheap,
but they're
weird.
Frugal. Yeah.
Frugal is a very nice way of saying cheap bastards. So he said that he's 97% sure about marrying her.
I don't know, because now I'm not sure. I'm not sure now if he wants to just have fun with this and let her go, or if he really wants to marry her.
97% sure. And Larissa, love her. She goes back and goes, well, now I am 30%. She's like, she was 100, now she's at 30. She is funny. I didn't like her until about this episode.
You know what? I haven't hated her.
Right.
I hated him at the beginning.
Sure.
Because the whole thing with the not bringing flowers and whatever, it's like, I mean, you are dating way above your level here.
Oh my God.
And like, you show it just a little bit.
So much.
And it's annoying that he's just like, I don't give a fuck the whole time.
He has big dick energy.
Well, that's something else that I did write down. He 100% has like a 12-inch penis. He has to.
He has to.
And especially in one of the tell-all thingies, Deb was like how often he dates and how many relationships he has. So he's killing it in some way.
Right.
It's not from anything else.
Right. It's not from his cats.
No, and he's also a pussy because, can I curse?
Yeah, please.
He's also such a pussy because, again, like on the newer episode, he just sits as like everyone's fighting, calling his wife to be a bitch. He's like, you know, he's got what else does he have?
There's nothing really, but I got to tell you, he did like an Instagram live where it was like an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. And someone asked him how big his penis was and he said it was 10 inches.
I believe it.
Really?
I really think it is.
Colt, what's going on?
We need that picture leaked. I need to see it.
I would have loved that if Fernanda was born Colt instead. So they go to a bistro because they're going to look for a wedding venue. And there is basically female Colt is the hostess.
Yeah, that's true.
And she brings them back and he compliments her glasses.
So weird. Do you think he's doing it on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that I think a lot of this is fed to him from the producers.
Okay. See, in my notes, what I wrote down was I wasn't sure because now when Larissa, I don't know if I'm skipping ahead now, but when Larissa scolds him, and she's doing it with a smile, I feel like this is her like trying to make people not see that she's mad, like put on a smiley face and not like really scream. But the whole time, Colt is smiling.
Yes.
And I can't tell if he's bad acting because also his eye rolls are
I think
really
he's a piece
the worst.
of shit.
I don't know if he's bad acting or if he is getting off on the fact that I made her jealous and she cares.
Yeah, I think that's what he likes.
And
I
not
think
the
he
bad
likes.
acting.
I think he likes getting exactly what he wants, no matter what anyone says. He'll do something for her as long as she doesn't ask for it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
And as soon as she asks for it, like he will sweat his ass off in that car. He'll keep the windows rolled up, and he's probably suffocating a little bit every day. It is illegal here in New York City to keep a child in the car with no air conditioning, for a pet in the car with no air conditioning. And here we are. We have 2 grown humans, and they're
in the desert.
They're just in the desert, and they're just dying a little bit every day.
She has her spritzer now, though.
This poor thing. Do you see?
She's
She's like, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
I just wanted a couch. Like, I can't even sit down in my house. I have to stand in my house. So she said to him, which was hilarious, this is a quote, "I'm really tired of you acting like an attention whore."
And he says, I'm not a whore. He's such an idiot.
Yeah, and he's like, what? She thinks I'm a whore? She thinks I fuck a lot of girls?
In that part, though, do you notice how she for the first time dropped the E at the end of Cult's name and called him Cult for the first time? Because she's really mad. She's like, I'm sick of this cult.
Wow.
For the first time
I didn't
ever.
even notice that.
She means business.
Wow. She's like, I'm going to take this dumb Brazilian act off.
Yeah, for one
And now
second.
here I'm a person. Yeah. She said to him, let me talkie.
But then she also after that says, he likes to flirt with women. He likes to talk to women. And he likes to look good.
He likes to look good.
That's what she says.
Maybe look at them good.
Yeah, maybe it was a translation.
Oh, I don't know. That sounds like, I don't know about, well, maybe he thinks that he's dressing up. Is that what it is?
Maybe that's what it is.
Like
maybe he's putting on cologne. And
and he's like combing his little hairs. He's like putting his tits up in his bra, picking up his cleavage. So they have like a cake tasting, right?
Yeah, one cake.
One little cake. This is not really a tasting. This is the cake you're getting.
Yeah, you're having dessert.
Jamaican carrot cake with macadamia nuts. What do you think?
I'm not sure. This is something I haven't heard of before.
It looked good.
But
it was like a little naked cake.
Yeah, it was pretty.
So pretty.
With the little pearl thingies on the top.
Pearls, good cream cheese frosting.
But a tasting isn't one cake.
Right.
And
usually
she wants
a lot.
chocolate.
She
Like
just
maybe
wants a
that's
chocolate
something
cake.
she could have said before.
She probably wants he's probably like allergic to chocolate. And she's probably like, I want chocolate. That's what I want. I want you to die. And she said, he's like, oh, we could do this. And she goes, if we marry.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's pissed at this moment. I think she's 100% in.
I mean, where's she going?
Yeah.
She doesn't have custody of her 2 kids. Yeah. She's committed to this. She knew what she was getting into. I feel like a lot of times I look at these couples and I'm like, oh, I wish they could fix this and I wish they could fix that. But then we wouldn't watch.
You're right.
So I'm glad they don't fix anything.
Me too.
We're going to talk about Olga and Steven.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So he wants his kid to grow up in like a really nice, peaceful household because he didn't see that growing up. I can't believe that he didn't see that growing up because he is so soothing.
He is so crazy damaged.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it's like the type of thing that you like read about in like a self-help textbook about adult, like traumas as a kid and playing it out as an adult. It's like, how is he not even seeing how obvious it is that he is triggered over one word, over not a thank you or a please, and just flies off the handle and always says, I don't want to fight in front of my kids. And he starts to freaking fight the second they leave the hospital.
I mean, before they leave the hospital. He was basically almost fighting with her while she was getting a C-section.
It's freaking crazy. He's nuts.
He's like, you didn't say thank you for me being here during your C-section.
I know.
The doctor didn't say thank you for just staying here by your head.
Insane.
She's getting yelled at in the car because she doesn't say please or thank you. She is trying to take her baby home.
Yeah, recover from being split in two and getting a baby ripped out of her body.
Having a horrible surgery. She's trying to feed her child. She's trying to be the mother that this child deserves. And he comes in the hospital, shakes her up, smushes her up, and she says, you touched me very hard. Poor little Olga, crying in the car.
And he doesn't want to wash his hands ever.
He doesn't, because she doesn't say please and thank you. It's not so hard to wash your hands.
And he's like, you do it first.
Right.
I washed it before. He's like a freaking child.
He's very bad. He's being bad.
Yeah.
He's being really bad. And I liked when she was making fun of him because he speaks so quickly and she has no clue what he's saying. And like she's like, this is the best part about our relationship when I don't even know what he's saying.
Well, what she really wants to say in that moment is shut the fuck up.
Right. She's like, I want to listen to silence.
He's like, wait, what do you want to listen to? She's like,
I don't know. I'm breastfeeding my newborn baby. I have stitches from hip to hip. Can you please leave me alone? No, you can't leave me alone. Okay, cool. Jay and Ashley. He's been here for 2 months already.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that long.
And this is episodes before, we're not even up to date here. 2 months he's been here. Like, they really skipped ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they should have them at least all in the same timeline.
The editing is very shoddy. Did you notice that Ashley's house is really nice, very clean, right? Mm-hmm. She was vacuuming, and then she puts the vacuum in the corner where it belongs. There's no closet. It's just out. The vacuum lives outside. It lives in the living room.
I did see that. I mean, I feel like maybe this is you being a little anal.
Where do you keep your vacuum?
I do have a closet for it,
yeah.
But maybe she doesn't have a closet for it.
I mean, she has a whole house.
Maybe she wasn't done yet vacuuming at that time.
It looked done. It looked like this is where the vacuum goes.
I got nothing else.
I don't know. Ashley, get your life together. He's sitting on like so many things. Like, I love being comfortable in life.
Yeah.
He's sitting on a wood chair.
Yeah, like a kitchen chair.
A kitchen chair in front of the TV playing video games. And he's like, I've been here since this morning. And I'm guessing that she's home from work now.
Yeah, maybe that was the weekend.
Maybe.
He's playing a video game that he apparently also doesn't know how to play.
Right. He doesn't know how to play it. He's sitting on a kitchen chair. Get him a beanbag. This poor little boy. And he's getting texts from a girl in Jamaica about tattoos. What's going on there?
I'm battling with it on whether I believe that or not. However, Ashley's response to this is crazy pants.
Insane.
Because when she says you shouldn't be talking to anyone but family, you're being fucking psycho.
Yeah. And when she's like, tell her that you're never coming back. Oh my God.
It's like, let him have a freaking, like, if you want him to stay, he's got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You're not here all day long. He has to, why not talk to his friends?
Nope.
And you're already in each other's phones anyway. You'll be able to see whatever he is talking about.
When they were having that conversation, she looks possessed.
Yeah.
She is not doing well. No, she's really not. They're going through each other's phones.
Yeah, already.
What are you doing?
He doesn't, like, he's not even from here. Like, if you're like this now, what's going to happen in 2 years when he actually, like, has friends here and works here?
Oh, she's not going to let that happen. She's going to raise him right. His button-up shirts, when they do the confessionals, when they do the interviews, he wears a button-up shirt with the button all the way buttoned to the top.
Oh, yeah.
She must be like, we're going to go to Kohl's, and we're going to get you a shirt, and this is what you're going to wear. He looks like a little boy. And
like short sleeve, right? Are they short
No,
sleeve?
I think they're long sleeve.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Yeah, short sleeve I would understand a little bit more because that's like a thing.
Yeah.
So he left at midnight.
I have a question about this.
Yes.
Is he driving?
Okay, I don't know because I'm not sure if okay. The night that Fernanda and Jonathan got in a fight, Fernanda was like, give me the keys.
Yeah.
She must be able to drive because you have to figure, like, we could drive to Mexico and we live in the United States.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So I could drive to Mexico and also I could rent a car in another country.
That's weird because I also feel like a lot of the spouses complain about not being able to work and not being able to drive.
Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know if he's driving, but he said that he left at midnight because he went to go get, this is a quote, this thing to put on my phone.
Yeah.
What? I don't know what that means.
Something to block her from going through
Probably. He's
time.
like, a lock. It's a lock.
Yeah.
It's a lock. Ashley looks so haggard.
Yeah. It was like from one day to the next, like she is just pure
She
shit.
aged, she looks like she's about 45.
Yeah.
She looks like she could be one of Eric's children.
You know, it's probably from drinking strawberry Ritas.
Is that her drink?
Yeah, watch her
choice?
crack open the can of Bud Light Lime's version of a margarita,
Wow.
Strawberryta, and pours it into a plastic margarita glassy with her dinner.
Oh dear.
As he drinks a Capri Sun.
That's very telling. That's kind of like a metaphor for the entire show.
Yeah, I think so. He's a child with his little sippy cup, and she's drowning.
She's
it
like
out
wine
with
drunk.
Yes.
Ashley has aged so much. Poor thing. That's what happens when you raise a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Where are her kids?
I don't know.
I guess they just don't film when the kids are home.
Have we ever seen them?
No. And she blocked out their faces. I guess they're not allowed to film.
I have a feeling it's probably their dad wants nothing to be associated with the fact that he's black.
You think?
I think that's
because
what it is.
They're from white Pennsylvania?
Yeah, because they're dealing with all that racist bullshit.
Interesting. But I got to tell you this. Jay does the laundry.
Yes, that's right. He did do that.
She's like, did you do the laundry?
No.
And he's like, yes, Mom, I cleaned my room. Which is amazing because I would let Jay live in my house just for that.
Yeah, and he cooked.
Did he?
Yeah, he cooked what looked like an amazing meal. He said chicken from Jamaica, but it looked like fried chicken and something else. Yeah, he cooked for her to go with the strawberryta.
This amazing. She needs to get her hair done somewhere different. Her roots are an orange yellow.
Yeah, and the rest of her hair is like a very unnatural yellow.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. Also, I love watching the different scenes where her roots are different lengths. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing with her look. It looks like she buys all of her clothes from Fashion Nova.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe she does. She probably has a sponsorship
Maybe she
now.
has a sponsorship. Every girl on Teen Mom does. But so he says that he won't tell her when he's leaving the house, which is a weird thing.
It is, because I don't like this crazy jealousy side of her. But I'm thinking, like, if I'm living with a guy and I go into the kitchen, you go into the kitchen and come back and they're just gone. And it's like,
I mean, if you and I were living together, we're friends, and I was leaving the house and you were I'd be like, hey, Shannon, I'm leaving.
Yeah, just run to the store. See you later.
Do you need anything?
Yeah.
Nothing.
It is weird.
So she's questioning him, telling him, you should really tell me when you leave the house. And he's like, I don't have to do that. She's like, where'd you go? And he said, the only place I know how to go is McDonald's and Weiss.
Yeah, I don't know what Weiss is.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a Wegmans. That's how I picture it.
I don't know what Wegmans is either.
Wegmans is an amazing supermarket that we don't have here in New York City.
Oh, okay.
Out of state, nice butcher counter, really big. It's like a supermarket, but like very clean. Some good baked goods, some good prepared foods.
It's stuff to put on your phone.
Oh, man.
He
went to, Weiss might be the stuff to put on your phone store.
Got it.
Eric and Lita. I can't figure them out.
Oh, can I say one more thing about Jay and Ashley?
Please.
So after they recover from the fight that they have here, she says going to bed really happy, which I feel like to me is another situation where she's enjoying a big dick.
Right.
And that's it.
Right. Because they're pulling over on the side of the road to have sex in the car.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that's really gotten her hooked here.
Right.
And then, is this the episode where are we done talking about?
Yeah,
Jay and
that's
Ashley?
it. That's all there is.
Okay. The racist comments, is that this episode?
That was last episode. No, that wasn't yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen that episode yet.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't been watching.
So
listen, when you watch all of these things so many times,
yeah.
I'm gonna surprise myself when I watch it.
Okay.
Eric and Lita.
Okay.
Okay. There's so much to discuss about them, to be honest with you. Now they've driven. Let's just go through the timeline. They were in Pennsylvania. Lita flew into JFK.
Yeah.
They stay in Pennsylvania. They wait for her family to come. They fly into JFK. Eric drives them from New York City to Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah, as you do.
Their returning flight is also from JFK.
I mean, I don't
They
know
drive
what's
back from Baraboo, Wisconsin to JFK to bring them back. Now they have to go back to Wisconsin. What's going on here? How are we saving money doing this?
I really have no idea. Unless it was a thing of like, maybe this was the only nonstop flight that they could have gotten.
I mean, then you switch flights, because I'd rather be on one extra plane than in a car for 30 hours with Eric. He is paying for a rental car. He is paying for Airbnbs. He's paying for hotels. This is off. This is really off. So they have to drive back to Wisconsin. She has only been here. They have 74 days to wed. She's only been here for like 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
And
she has been in that time.
She's been in the car the whole time. So they're back at Eric's place. She cleaned the apartment. Pretty good cleaner.
Yeah. Which is, that surprises me, because she always talks about her maids.
Right.
It does surprise me that she
But
has
at the end of the day, she wants to live in a clean house.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. Clapping for you, Lita. He did not prepare the house for her whatsoever. I mean, that is an understatement.
Here's what I don't like. I feel like he is probably usually a messy person.
Right.
And Tasha is too.
Sure.
But I feel like he's throwing Tasha under the bus.
Sure.
And blaming her when he probably just left it shitty on his own as well.
Well, I got to tell you, forget the mess. The mess isn't bothering me. You don't have a bed for anyone to sleep in.
I mean, you don't have a bed for himself to sleep in.
Right. You have
twin.
he has Alessandro on a small air mattress, and then he has a twin bed for him and Lita.
That's insane. No adult, one human should be sleeping in a
No
twin
one.
bed.
So he said they're going to buy a house soon.
Yeah, big house.
Oh dear. They're not going to buy a house. He's folding a blanket, and Lita's like, this is not proper. Do it again. Do it again. Not proper. Fold it again. So Tasha comes home, and her quote is, oh, it's nice in here.
Oh.
You little bitch.
Yeah.
I can't tell who I hate more. I hate them both. I hate all three of them equally. How about that?
I don't hate them all equally. I
Okay, tell me.
hate Lita the most.
Really?
I hate her. And then Tasha, and then Eric.
Okay.
I mean, I guess Lita's pretty young too. How old is she? Like early 20s?
Lita, early 20s.
Is she not?
I think she's like 29.
Is she?
Yeah. Early 20s. Wow, that was really generous of you.
Oh, I guess she's always throwing tantrums and whatever.
Yeah.
I assume she was just close to the age of Tasha.
Of a child.
Yeah.
No. So this is the first time her and Tasha meet. And she's so rude to her. But Tasha's got a tail on.
A tail?
You didn't see the tail? Tasha has a furry tail attached to her shorts.
I did not see that.
Shannon, Tasha has a furry tail attached to her shorts. It's very hard for me to feel for her.
Why?
No one knows. No one knows. So she says, Tasha says, very condescending to Lita, I just want you to be comfortable here. Do you, Tasha? You're going to kill her in her sleep.
I like that she's standing up for herself
But
a little
she's
bit.
crazy too.
She is. But here's the thing is that Eric isn't being a man and controlling the situation.
Eric's not being a father.
No, yeah. He throws her onto the bus. He's like, oh, fuck you, get out, whatever. And then he rolls over and plays dead so Lita doesn't go back. And she plays him like a fiddle with that, saying, oh, fine, you're not going to do it? I'll just go home. And he's like, no, please. So like he's not taking control of the situation. It comes down to it's all his fault.
It's all his fault, which is why I hate them all equally. Yeah. And also Tasha's glasses, when they're doing like the filming outside with her, just one-on-one, her glasses make it look like she doesn't have eyes. And I feel like she might not have eyes. I'm like, is that how it makes it look? Or maybe she just doesn't have eyes?
I don't know. I'm just focusing on her haircut so much that I'm missing the other features.
You're missing that she has a tail.
Yeah.
She has a tail. And I'm not talking about a tail in her hair. I'm talking about a tail that is growing out of her butt. So Lita's she's gonna have her move out, right? She's like, I want you to move out. And Tasha says back, very monotone. Everything she says is very monotone. You're not on the lease yet and you can't kick me out. Whoa. Father of the Year comes in.
Yeah.
And he says, listen, Tasha, we're going to look for some budget motels with some monthly and weekly rates. What kind of father are you?
And when the fact that, there's this brand new woman in your life that you've just met, and she's saying, he's like, she doesn't have a place to be. She's going to have to be on the street. And she says, fine, throw her out on the street.
Yeah. She doesn't want him paying child support. Like there's bigger problems, which is why, again, I hate them all equally.
Yeah.
So Eric's been paying cable, electric, groceries for months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like a dad?
Yeah.
Like a dad? You make your daughter split rent with you?
Yeah.
She's 19.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, like, give me a few $100 or whatever, and then like I'll put it away for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? Where did he go wrong in life that this is his situation?
I don't, and I mean, he should have just stayed with, I don't know what his ex-wife's name is.
Right.
But it seems like that's where he should be.
I don't know. He should be somewhere. Maybe he should be fighting ISIS, like you said before. So Kaylani and Asuelo, they have 70 days left. So they've been together for 20 days at this point, and they've been in Utah for 1 week. And Nick and Kaylani are like, listen, we're gonna bond with Asuelo.
Mm-hmm.
We wanna really make him feel good about himself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a grown man to a public park. We're gonna teach him how to ride a bike with no shoes, a woman's bike with no shoes on, in front of a camera,
and berate him the entire time,
and just like watch him fall on the floor to the point where he says, probably the best quote of the episode, "My boo hole hurts."
That's my favorite. It's also my first line. Did you ever see Moana?
No.
The cartoon?
No. Is that a Disney cartoon?
It is. And then The Rock is in it, so he does a voice, so of course I had to watch that one.
I like The Rock.
And
The Rock is Samoan.
Yeah. Wait,
someone. I said this on a different episode. I was like, I think The Rock is Samoan.
Yeah.
And someone wrote, no, The Rock is from California.
I saw that comment and I was
like, that's not really what it
I started to type and I'm like, you know what?
No.
I'm just going to leave it
Let's
right
just
there.
leave it. Guys, what we're talking about is Tracey's 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk podcast discussion group. You could find that on Facebook and make sure that you follow us. We actually have an Instagram now. We went through a little bit of trouble back and forth with Instagram. So now we're at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram.
Yes, I did recently find you.
Amazing.
So there's when Moana goes on her voyage over the ocean in her little boat, her companion is a chicken.
Oh.
And it's a chicken that has like eyes that go in two different directions.
Okay.
And he's really like brain dead. Like he's just like as chickens are.
Right.
You know, he's just like a funny little creature. And
I found that insulting a little bit.
Chickens?
That was like I don't know. They're stupid chickens?
Yeah, they're not smart.
Oh, how do you know this? Is this a known fact?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. So this chicken in Moana, which I really hope that you will look it up.
I'm going to. I'm going to have to watch this. I'll take notes.
That to me is Asuelo.
So he's just like a lost chicken.
Yeah, he's funny. He's cute. He doesn't mean any harm.
Right. He
but
doesn't.
The lights are on. No one's home.
No, 0 people are home.
Yeah.
No one's home at all. They don't have a wedding planned.
Because I don't think she
doesn't want to marry him.
But it's her fault. She's setting him up for failure here.
100%.
Like he's a kid who lives in this paradise with no shoes on the beach and surfing and whatever.
There's pigs.
Yeah.
And no car seats.
Right. And now you're like, here's a baby.
Right.
Know how to take care of it. It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's
and
not
also
fair.
he's not mature enough. She says, yeah, no shit. Have you met him?
Yeah.
We met him we didn't even meet him in real life. We know. She said she can't leave him with the baby, but here's my flag. This is a flag. I see a red flag here. Her brother says to him, what is your favorite part about being Oliver's dad?
Yeah.
And he says, he is white and his mom's from America. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard one to recover from. It's a hard one to recover from. The only way around that would be maybe he doesn't completely understand what he's saying.
Right.
I don't know.
I hope not. I don't know, though. They take him. So now they're going to test him, right? So they take him to a clothing store. He's going to be with the baby without Kaylani.
Yeah.
And the brother takes him to a clothing store to pick out something for the baby. He can't read, obviously, very well, at least. He picks out something that says little brother. This brother, Nick, is so condescending to him.
He's a real asshole.
He's like, well, that's nice, but he's not a little brother.
He's so mean.
Nick is, I think Nick's funny.
Yeah,
I
love
think he's
his
very
shirts.
funny. He's
his
so
shirts, very entertaining.
But I don't know, man. He said that he's old enough to be on the shoulders. The baby's not old enough, though. But,
Well, that's kind of like with the swing. I don't know if that...
Yeah, but Kaylani was there when they put him in the adult swing.
Yeah.
Come on.
And he's like, I am holding him and just moving him back and
Whatever.
forth
Listen,
with his
it's called
hands.
survival of the fittest. If Oliver doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. We're going to wrap this up with Jonathan and Fernanda. They go to Chicago to meet his family, who found out that he was engaged on Facebook.
So stupid. Why?
Whose fault is this, though?
Exactly. It's not somebody else. You weren't on the show yet.
Yeah, this is Jonathan. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
So they're meeting his sister Jackie and her boyfriend Patrick, and her boyfriend super supportive.
Hot.
Really?
I think he's really
We
cute.
will never fight over a man.
No, we won't. No, it's perfect.
Never.
I think he's adorable.
You don't think Jonathan's hot?
I
You'd
feel
rather
like-
have Patrick?
I think so. I feel like Jonathan is classically handsome, nice smile,
Right.
pretty eyes.
I like his eyes.
Yeah, but not into it.
Really? You like a more ugly guy?
I do.
Okay, cool. He's yours. Patrick, if you're listening. Jackie is fine. Jackie's a 22-year-old girl, and she's like, listen, it's cool. I'm just saying I'm 22 and I couldn't imagine getting married, so I can't imagine you wanting to get married at 19.
Mm-hmm.
But he stopped talking to his mom.
I mean, is it because of this 100%? I feel like I haven't really grasped
Fernanda's
that yet.
upset because she's like, I feel like she thinks that he stopped talking to her because of me.
Right.
But he definitely didn't. I mean, he's choosing this maybe because he knows how crazy his mom is.
Yeah, don't love her.
And how nasty she is. But I got to tell you, Fernanda, she's in Chicago and she loves it because, I don't know, there's something to do.
Yeah.
It's not
People to
Lumberton,
talk
North
to.
Carolina. So they meet Jonathan's mom, and she judges the shit out of her. She's like, "Oh, you're tall." That's what you say?
Yeah.
How about, "Hi, nice to meet you. It's so nice to meet you. I've been wanting to meet you for so long. You're beautiful." Fernanda's stunning.
She is freaking gorgeous.
Like, stunning.
Yeah, but she like condescends to her the same way that like Kehlani's family talks to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Jonathan's wearing a wedding ring, and his mom is like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Oh, this is what I do now." She's like, "Yeah, well, I don't see you anymore." She says to Fernanda, "You're so young. Are you sure you want to get married at this point?"
Yeah.
She's
That's
upset about
here.
the age gap. So he's like, "Mom, you had me when you were 22. When you were 20." And she's like, "I was 22 and a half."
No, she's so
And she's like, "You're when she's 32, you're going to be 52." He's like, I mean, we got to do the math, right? I am 12 years older than her, so let's just stick with the math." And he does something that's super nice. And he's talking about like their interaction, and he says, like, I need to be there to protect her, and I need to stand up for her, and I feel like I needed to do that more. I need her to feel safe, because if she doesn't feel safe, she's not going to stay here with us. But the quote of the episode, I really think this is it. He says to his mom, "You've been married a couple times. Maybe you can give us some advice."
I mean, that's
Boom. Damn,
perfect.
Jonathan.
And that's what she needs, because she's such like an uppity bitch.
Yeah.
Like she definitely needs that. Is this not the episode where they do dresses?
No, well, this is when she says to her, like, "Hey, do you want to come dress shopping with me?" And she goes, "Me alone?" And she's like, "Well, we would ask, your daughter."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, I'll think about it. You're going to give her your credit card?"
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like she says it in like such a shitty way, where she's like, "Is it okay with you that I think about it?" Like everything has like such a huge amount of
She's a
sarcasm.
martyr.
Yeah.
She's a nasty, nasty bitch. I don't like Jonathan's mother. I love Jonathan. I chatted with him a little bit on Instagram, and I told him that I do not like his mom. He didn't really have much to say about that. I'm going to tell him again tonight. I'm going to tell him every day until he gets that, like, his mom is not a nice person. But you know what? I don't know if I have to convince him.
No, I'm sure he's getting this from everyone.
Oh, God.
I mean, like, look, yes, she is young. She's not a shitty person. She's so sweet.
She's a sweet girl.
Like, there's no reason. Even if you're against it, has nothing to do with you.
It doesn't have anything to. He's a grown man. Yeah. And you know what? She is a grown woman.
Yeah.
Technically, legally, legally, whatever.
States.
Leave her alone. She's super hot, and no one's gonna put up with that bullshit. The bullshit of having the worst mother-in-law in the world. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Please follow us at 90 Day Podcast. Shannon, where can we find you?
My personal Instagram is at Shannon Lee 6982, and then my show's Instagram is at The Thing Is Podcast, and you can catch that show. You can watch live for free every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at gasdigitalnetwork.com/live.
Awesome, guys. You can go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for my upcoming show dates, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Trixie2Zini. Check out my other podcast, Teen Mom Trash Talk, at Teen Mom Trash Talk on Instagram, Teen Mom Podcast on Twitter. And please listen to this podcast. Love it. Rate it. 5 stars. Subscribe. Give us a really nice review. Tell me how pretty I am. Thanks so much. Bye.